So what do you got here? You got one of the latest cases, which actually demonstrates this. I think this is one's for the Osmo.
That is correct. Yeah,
So
exactly.
the Osmo is this amazing gimbal from DJI that allows you to shoot stabilized or more stabilized content with a little pistol grip, basically.
Right, exactly. So we have a section for the Osmo to fit in with the X3 camera into here. Below this section, I'll tilt it up a little bit more, there's a cutout right below where you'd put the Osmo. So if you have the extension rod that they have with it, you can put that below. There's plenty of spots here for batteries. We got 4 batteries that could go in, 2 filters, and then we have 2 battery chargers. We have some nice open pockets. If you do have the X5 camera, you can take this unit out, and the foam that it comes with just drops directly down into there. So you have the X5 and the X3 with you. Or you can leave it out, use it for other accessories, or you can put it back in, and then the X3 foam fits into there. Wow. So we try to, when we make these custom interiors, we try to make them as universal as we can, you know, as opposed to being completely fixed in every way. We have SLR cases where we have removable rings of foam, so you can drop in different lens depending on the height. So the nice thing about this, again, compared to like padded dividers, because padded dividers do have their place, you know, in cases, but this is nice because you immediately know when you're missing something. So if you're out on a gig or something like that, it's like, oh, where's the last charger? Where's whatever? Now you know it's you know speaking to you.
And it's also things aren't banging into each other, which is always a problem. We have an Osmo here. Dave, can you bring the Osmo up and see? We can see how it fits in there. We can show people a little. It's got the X5. Yeah, you can break it down. It, you know. And he could build it up again later. I told you, I can't do a show without driving the crew crazy. We got to show the people.
Absolutely.
You know, it's entertainment. We can't just say that's the case. Okay, let's show people how it fits. We got one. If we didn't have one, it would be a different story.
Right.
You know,
we'll take off. We got to take off the top for that guy, and we'll put the handle in here because the handle fits with the X3.
This is Dave, everybody. Dave works really hard behind the scenes, doing a great job.
Yeah, correct, because it fits with the X3, but the X5 is a bigger pattern onto here. Yeah, so that would go into a separate compartment.
Yeah, be careful with that. Be gentle. Let's go to the wide shot while he's doing this. So we have the wide shot the whole time. I'm directing and producing and hosting all at the same time, yeah. If I start using code words, then don't worry, I'm just communicating with 008. How is 008, Jerry?
You know, he's doing great. He living in the UK and working on a lot of military projects for us, and always has plenty of stories.
Actually,
tell Andy that I said hello.
I will.
Yeah.
I will do it.
I love that guy.
He's actually, there's a large military show in Paris going on this week.
Wow,
so
very cool. He called me at 4 in the morning once, New York time.
We've all gotten those calls.
Either fold into one of these pockets.
It was very funny. So here we go. And then you don't have the foam with you to put in there, the X5 foam. Okay, you don't have it with you.
I do.
Correct.
You do. Not easily.
Okay. So, I mean, this is awesome. Dave, we need to get one of these.
I know, absolutely.
And it makes it so much easier to actually be able to see your stuff. I like the red, and it's BeTerrific red. So, I mean, you guys know what you're doing. Thank you for doing that.
We did that for you. You know.
You're the best. Very, very cool case, and everybody could see how that fits in so nicely. And it's important. You got to protect the gear.
Yep.
You really got to make sure it's well protected. And so that's cool. And I love that. I mean, the Osmo just came out. The X5 just came out. You're already ready with it. That's shipping?
Yes.
Yes, it is shipping.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
You know, so we work with a number of large companies that have very expensive cameras, and we've done a lot of interiors for Canon and Blackmagic. And
how did you know? So this is very interesting. Like most times, if somebody's going to do that or make a custom case, they say, okay, we're going to do the Osmo, and then they do it for the X3 or they do it for the X5. They don't do it for both, and then they don't think of you need 3 or 4 extra batteries. How did you know that it would need extra batteries and lens filters? That's so important. We shot with it, and we had 3 lens filters. We needed those, but most people think again of those last. Not only the people who design this stuff, but the operators. They think, oh, we'll just make a case for this. There you go.
Well, it was a lot of feedback, user feedback on that, and that's kind of
how... But it's a brand new product. You can't have user feedback. That's impossible. There
was a couple guys who already had some ins as far as what their particular opinions were as far as the layout. And, you know, we kind of brainstormed and thought, experience off of going other camera cases and video camera cases, you don't travel with just one battery.
This is what I think, Eric.
Batteries.
I think they're people who design this, their team, they're geniuses. That's what I think it is. That's what I think.
Well, actually, you know, you can make the argument because if they listen to the customer, then yeah, they are.
Yeah, well, that's true too. Yep. Unless Steve Jobs worked there, and then he'd tell them never listen to the customer. right? Because
Well,
the customer only
right.
knows what they wanted yesterday,
Right.
not what they
They
want
don't know
tomorrow.
what they want tomorrow.
Right.
So very, very cool. I like that case. How much does that case go for?
That case,
159.
correct.
159.
Is
Now,
that with the foam insert?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is
Wow,
correct.
that's-
with the foam insert?
Yeah.
With
correct.
the foam insert.
Wow.
Are you serious? All right, just slide that over here. Thank you.
I think the
Here
sale
you go,
was
Dave.
made.
This is the
There we
last
go.
day of the
Dave,
show,
here-
so.
Dave, here you
okay.
go. And we got a show special, right?
Right.
All right.
That was it.
Wow, yeah, that was it. No, they can buy it for 159 too. I got to get a family discount or something.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so how did SKB start?
2 guys in college
Yeah.
on the rowing team wanted to start a company, and they
Wait a
just-
sec, they're on the rowing team and they
Yeah.
want to start a case company for
Well,
video and music equipment.
They didn't know quite what they wanted to do. They
and it
were
was
both
like this,
musicians.
right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, woo!
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, woo!
Yeah, I wouldn't say they were.
They weren't good,
That
apparently.
wasn't. That wasn't their career or their calling.
But they met on the rowing team.
Yeah, and they're
Hey,
both
I've got an idea.
musicians.
Let's make cases for musical equipment. Oh, that sounds good.
Kinda like
And
that.
the coach is like, just keep rowing.
Right.
But they just went to a music store and said, "What do you need?"
They were musicians.
Yes.
And were they good at that? No, they
one
were
of-
good at making cases.
One
Okay.
of them was a touring musician off and on. The other one was just kind of a weekend musician.
Okay.
But they talked through some things that this musician, or the music store owner wanted, and so they just started experimenting. The old 60s game that was a vacuum former, a toy that you could never sell today because it's so dangerous. You heat up this plastic, you flip it over, and you make army men out of it. It's a
Sure.
vacuum. So they basically took that concept and started trying to make large cases, saxophone cases. They ended up burning down the music store, total by accident. They didn't have insurance, but the music store owner did.
Oof.
So
Thankfully.
they kind of parted ways. That was the B of SKB. So they just worked tirelessly to perfect it.
I mean,
and
the great part of this story is they burned down the place and they didn't give up.
Yeah.
that actually inspired them more to make it work.
And by the way, Dave's a firefighter, so if they had only known to call him, he could have taken
Right.
care of that for them. Free cases for life. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
so-
the place burns down, and they really, I mean, in all seriousness, that's when you go, and you have no insurance, that's when you go, all right, well, we gave it our best shot, and thankfully we have our
Well,
lives.
Right.
They wanted to get into Fender guitars down the street in California, down where they where
Yeah,
they
Fender,
live.
we could burn you guys down,
Yeah,
too.
so they said, well, give us a shot. And Fender said, well, we were not going to do that unless you guys show some money in the bank and you're a real company. So they convinced their parents to do seconds on their homes.
Oof.
And
Wow.
and they worked it. It took 2 years, but they finally got a small contract to provide cases. And basically, that was 39 years ago.
Wow.
And we do over 500,000 cases a year now, all over the world. We manufacture injection mold, vacuum form, rotomold, which is these really large trunks and
What's
stuff.
interesting, I mean, you do rack mount, you do all sorts of stuff, but what's interesting is, if you thought about it, even back then, I get, oh, we could make a better case. But there were companies that were making cases. So to say I'm going to take on those cases, and sure, there were like normal road cases, shock-mounted cases that are really expensive, but I mean, they're established. And to be like, I could make a better case, more affordable
And lighter.
and lighter. And say that you're going to take on the world. That's an insurmountable mountain. They
And
stood at the foot of
waterproof.
Everest and said, we
Yeah.
can climb this, and did it.
And waterproof as well. When Katrina hit, FEMA called and said, we'll take every waterproof case you have.
Wow.
So we flew in our racks into New Orleans, and they would float them into the banks, load up the servers, and then float them out.
Eric's waterproof too, by the way.
Yeah.
You could have brought him.
Well, if FEMA would take
Who
them.
left first last night?
I left first.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Who's in better shape?
You're in better shape, clearly. We had a little fun as a team. But I tapped out first. Hey, listen, I have to be here. I have to know, when to tap out. Anyway, it was a joke. It was an old joke. All right. Anyway, that's really an awesome story, and the FEMA part is great as well. So, all right, we've got another case here.
Yeah. What's this one?
This one is our dual layer wireless microphone case. So we have
I bet
open it
Paul
up here.
likes this one.
We have 4 handheld transmitters on the top. We've tested Shure, Sennheiser, Audio-Technica microphones, different capsules on them, so they drop in right there, easy to pick out. Then you can put all your body pack transmitters on the side, so you have 4 slots there. The antennas aren't getting crushed or smushed or bent or anything like that, and you still have room to put mic clips or batteries or anything else under that. Then right below, it's basically the same layer, just duplicated. So in this case, we'll be able to fit 8 handheld transmitters and 8 body pack transmitters.
Very cool.
So just a nice kind of clean way to keep everything together, so you can keep the gear, the receivers rack mounted, and then you can carry one case with all the transmitters in, and you're set to go. In the same shelves before, we didn't really mention it. At our display, we have this gigantic turning display that says Superior Latch on there. And it's one thing that's really unique to us compared to some of our other competitors out there. It's a spring-loaded latch on here. And so there's a lot of other systems where it might take 2 hands. You might be wrestling with it to get it open. You might have to do
a latch opener.
A latch opener,
You
right?
know what we're talking.
This one on here, you could be wearing gloves anywhere. It's just push down, and then it's one finger to pull it open. So you're not wrestling with it, but at the same time, it's not. If you grab it from a different side on it, it's not going to easily pop open. So it's really secure.
It's not going
Or
to be knocked
shock
open.
your hand and make your hand hurt trying to open up your case.
Right.
You don't want that.
Especially after it's been flying on an airplane and case kind of decompressing. You're like,
Oh, yeah.
And then you pop it and you hurt your hand.
It's not those terrible like butterfly ones either.
Yeah.
It's a good design. I like it. Were you guys the first to make these vacuum and roto cases and all that? Because these guys kind of invented it off of the toy concept, right?
Well, again, it's application. We were the first to come out with a vacuum form rack case. Vacuum forming had been around for years, but nobody had really figured out
To use it for a
how to
case.
create something that for that application. So we've done that. There are other people that have injection mold product,
Sure.
but we feel like we've perfected it. We've got 44 different sizes now of this.
What
product.
college did the guys? Where did they meet at?
Long Beach, Cal State Long Beach.
Very nice.
And believe it or not, they got so busy with this company,
Yeah.
they both quit the last semester of their senior year.
Wow. And
one engineer and one was in business.
that's pretty amazing.
And they're still together.
I was going to say they still own the company.
Yep.
What are their names?
Dave Sanderson and Steve Kottman. They're the S and the K.
We got to get them on BeTerrific at some point.
Oh yeah, they got some great stories.
Oh, we would probably have to do like a 2-hour epic interview like we did with Noel Lee from Monster or
It could happen.
Todd McFarlane from McFarlane Toys.
Yeah.
All right, so this is something I think is awesome, and it also talks to content creation because when you get on location and you get out, let's say you get out to the beach or you're on a mountain with a lot of snow, there's a lot of bright sunlight, you can't see your monitors, you can't see the computers to playback, to do DIT,
Right.
all sorts of other things. You got to think of a way to be able to operate the stuff and see what you're doing.
Yes.
And so you've made a case that'll carry, I guess, your laptop as well as become a sunshade for it.
Right, and that again application. This is our computer laptop case, but we got a lot of requests from a particular retailer that says, hey, in Hollywood, I need something that's portable. It's ideal for a 17-inch monitor. We want to tether video cameras or still cameras to it, but we want it to be very portable. So come up with something that would be right here on the screen. Would store right into the lid, and so.
And it goes right onto a light stand,
Yep.
or I guess it's a 1/4-20, so it could go on a tripod, whatever you got.
Yeah, that
you
is
could
correct.
even rest it on the ground, I imagine, if you wanted to.
Look at that.
Look at that.
So now you've got.
I like that you have the extra flaps because you could be
Right.
like the referee in a football game doing
Yep.
the instant replay and
Yep.
go in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is really ideal. In fact, we have seen this being used on a number of location shots.
I've got
Right.
another great idea for this. Are you ready?
Oh no.
It's a FaceTime confessional.
That could happen. We could put it right here.
Yeah,
We could-
the priest is on the other
priest-
side.
Uh-huh.
You get
Right.
that?
Forgive me, Father, I drank too much last night.
another application.
There you
Right.
go.
We hadn't even thought of
Wow.
that.
I mean, is that not great? This is this is really awesome, and it's very necessary. We just did a music video shoot about a week ago, and this would have been ideal for that. On the beach
So are they just sliding that case over
with the
side
drone.
again?
We're gonna have to, yeah. We're gonna have to get another plane just to take all these cases home.
Well, we've got plenty of cases.
I know. Yeah, we're gonna have to get. I think it's gonna
You
happen
should
soon.
just walk down to the booth.
The
and just
BeTerrific
go.
truck.
Yeah, just bring it.
Yeah, tell Freeman to cart it over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna make their wrap out a lot easier.
It is, yes.
We put a label on it. And we're done.
There you go. No problem. Look, just put it in the BeTerrific truck. We're gonna wrap. Actually, wouldn't it be great to have a huge like RV tour bus thing? No.
No.
I think. What if we went to NFL training camps with it?
No.
And we'd live from NFL training camps
Sure.
and CES and NAB and InfoComm. We could just do. No. It'd be wrapped. BeTerrific. No. All right.
Sure. See?
EricFletcher.com, by the way, just in case you are enjoying this humor so much, you can see the cinematography. Thank you so much, guys. You're the best.
Yeah,
You're awesome. It's good
Great
to have
to
you
see
on.
you again.
Yeah.
Thank you. Great to see you. What do you think of the video wall? Before
Love
I let
it.
you go.
It was great.
And what have you thought of InfoComm? You probably haven't gotten too far out of the booth, but you at least had to walk over here.
Yeah, it's a good show. We've been going to to this InfoComm show for 10 years now, and it's it's a good show for us. We see a lot of people.
Yeah, it's really awesome. You guys are the best. Thank you so much, Jerry.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it, William. Awesome guys. That's Eric Fletcher. I'm Michael Artis. We'll be back with a whole lot more live from InfoComm 2016 right after this. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere.